Hey, what up you guys? So I am here in front of Planned Parenthood doing my thing. So in the news, Abby Johnson put out a tweet asking for pro-lifers to go out in front of Planned Parenthood and abortion clinics to go out and peacefully pray, right? It is because in response to Representative Ryan Sims' harassment of these women who were praying in front of Planned Parenthood at Philadelphia. It was harassment against an elderly woman and some teenagers, and so I am here just to do my part, right? And I had an awesome experience just right now. Like, I prayed with these two wonderful women I just met today, and I also prayed a little bit earlier while I was here. So, you know, it begs the question, why do any of this, right? And I saw like a Vox video saying that 30+% of folks don't have a stance, that they want to be away from this topic. And
I don't want to discuss something like that.
I don't want to go there.
And it is controversial, sure. Like, people have varying opinions because there's pro-life and there's pro-choice. And so I'm here because I want to make a stance, because this is what I believe, and so I'm going to do my part, right? And there's also other reasons, like I want to pray in solidarity with other pro-life members. I want to pray because, hey, it's Mother's Day weekend. Like, why not pray for my mama and your mama and everyone's mama, right? And a third one, I want to show Vegas strong, right? And in unity and in compassion and faith in strength in faith, right? And lastly, you know, going back to that Vox video, like, I want to make a stance because I think we should be leaders, you know, for those who feel compelled to this. We should be strong leaders. We should be strong brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers, and actually be educated and have a conviction, a commitment, a strong urge and an inspiration to stand up and doing this. And that's, which is kind of funny, like, there's two cars behind me, but when I was here earlier there was no cars, and I felt what's the word, I felt I didn't have the courage just to go up here by myself, and I did. Like, I came up here. And also, like, I'm wearing the Living Persons gear. I had my rosary. I was ready to go. This whole experience was great. No one's harassing me. I'm not harassing anyone. This has been a peaceful experience, really. And yeah, and just going back to being out here, like, just being out here by myself when I was praying here by myself, it took courage. But at the same time, I was thinking, you know, I always said, like, I want to be stronger in faith, and so by going out here, it was my way of doing that, right?
Oh man, it's interesting. I stand in front of these Planned Parenthood clinics and I see these escorts, and it makes me laugh because I used to be one of them too. You know, on the way here, somebody yelled out the window, real courageous, like, that they support Planned Parenthood. And I thought to myself, oh, you do? Do you support the fact that this clinic has failed its inspections year after year after year? Do you support the fact that Planned Parenthood is covering up statutory rape of minors? Really? That's what you support? Do you support that Planned Parenthood is not sterilizing instruments that are being used woman to woman? That is not
Another fact
healthcare.
is, for those who don't know, Margaret Sanger is the founder of Planned Parenthood. She was a member of the KKK. She planned Planned Parenthood to lower the black population, right? And also in today, like, as we speak, like, Planned Parenthood targets the most vulnerable community, which is unfortunately the low income, and in this case it is like the Black and Hispanic community.
Okay, so update. The first part of that video was on Friday. It's now Sunday. Happy Mother's Day. And I just wanted to use the clip from, you know, the pro-life rally with Abby Johnson, which was a huge success, and as well as a clip from my movie review, Unplanned, which I'll link below. And you can see the other points where I'm talking about why I'm pro-life. And going back into the pro-life rally in Philadelphia, obviously it was a big, huge success with the big names in the movement: Abby Johnson, Lila Rose from Live Action, folks from the Daily Wire, Matthew Walsh, Michael Knowles, and some other YouTubers were there to watch what was happening. So Caitlin Bennett, John Doyle. So again, it was a huge success, and of course Brian Sims wasn't available to show up. So one thing I want to highlight from that video that Abby Johnson was mentioning in her speech was the statutory rape that happens in Planned Parenthood. And something that comes across when I talk to or listen to about pro-choice members is that, like, what about if a woman gets raped? And they always put it in a hypothetical situation, but there is, what I want to highlight and other people have highlighted, is the actual cases where there is statutory rape and Planned Parenthood does not report it. There are 6 or 7 states, I believe, that you don't need parental consent, right? And also there's cases in which they don't report and essentially enable human trafficking. Since they don't need to report it, they just keep on having the same woman do abortions, right? And I got that information from Lila Rose Live Action. She did an undercover investigation of this at Planned Parenthood, and I'll link that below as well so you can see what I'm talking about. Also, talking about this pro-life movement is that there's one thing that also bothers me. It's one thing to be pro-choice, but it's another thing to be pro-abortion. And there's a clip from the University of San Antonio in which there was these women who were proud to have an abortion, right? They were like, hey, that's my child, because there was a demonstration, a memorial that they wanted, some students wanted, pro-life students wanted to do, having these little crosses on the grass, and these counter-protesters wanted to make jokes about it.
Look, there's mine right there. Look, there's mine right there.
And not trying to be hyperbolic, but this is human sacrifice. And that's one reason why a lot of pro-life people are about this. They want to defend life, right? And so wrapping this video up, I want to use Abby Johnson again and her inspiring words about folks who are new to this. Because this is the first time for me to stand up and go pray outside of Planned Parenthood, and it won't be my last. And I'm going to encourage other people to do so, right? I want other people to research and find validation in this, because this is the right and just cause, right? And I also want to shout out to Suzanne and Grace for praying with me on Friday, you know, praying for the unborn, praying for mothers everywhere, praying for each other, and essentially praying for life and mercy, really. So it was really great meeting them, and I hope to meet them again in the future. And so, just like AOC said, people are dying. They are dying, right? And so, me doing all of this, I want to encourage women to empower other women. I want men to be better leaders, to protect women and children. And this is defending life, right? So in doing so, I charge you, whoever's watching this, to defend life in mercy and in compassion and in unity. So until next time, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please like, please share my video, and help me build my channel. Thank you.
But we have to turn our prayers into action. For some of you, this may be the first time you've ever stood out in front of an abortion clinic. Don't let it be your last.
That's right. That's right.
Continue to come. Have no fear. St. John Paul II told us, be not afraid. We are not afraid. We will stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters. And you know what? no matter what persecution we face here on the sidewalk, it is nothing compared to what those innocent children go through inside of these abortion facilities across the country. We will continue to stand because they deserve it. And we will continue to pray for conversion. And friends, let us remember, this battle, it's not going to be won in the halls of Congress. It is not going to be won in the White House. It's going to be won right here. Amen. On these sidewalks where abortions are taking place. Because our goal in this movement must not be simply to make abortion illegal. Our goal is to make abortion unthinkable. Thank you all.